The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Brent, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
The new Technics A800 Premium Wireless Headphones and AZ60 True Wireless Earbuds feature industry-leading noise cancelling, multi-point Bluetooth connection, superior call quality and long-lasting battery life. Indulge in superior sound like never before with Technics.
Before we get into the show, if you enjoy our podcasts and value what we do at The Spin-Off, please consider joining the Spin-Off members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
Kia ora koutou, welcome to The Real Recap. This is Team Real Pod, recapping Married at First Sight Australia for you, dear listener. My name's Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey, Duncan Grieve. We are the armchair experts, the office chair experts.
Alex literally just put her glasses on with this very sort of, now
it's time.
Clever,
Well, did you notice that Alessandra was wearing glasses, very serious mode?
She was taking notes wearing glasses.
And she was like sort of doing some kind of Latino shaming.
Yeah, chica,
no.
It's week 5. We've had to Google to find out that it was feedback week for the OG couples, as they've been referred to quite a lot, and crash course week for the newbies.
Every week's feedback week on The Real Pod, though, eh?
It really is, yeah, like it or not. We'll start with the commitment ceremony, which, look, it was a bit of a dull commitment ceremony to lead into a bit of a dull week. To be fair, do you not? I knew Duncan was not going to agree.
Well, I just had a nice time. I'm hanging by a thread, and when I mess with my cocoon, and I don't have any relationship with whether it's good or bad. It's just the only time I feel myself.
That was me with Celebrity Treasure Island last year. It's like, honestly, they could have just put up a still frame of the pack shot of the show and I would have been happy.
It's just a screensaver.
Yeah, like when the DVD sign bounces around the screen. I'm like a dog watching that. I'm stoked.
It was quite interesting, though. I will say, I assume I have diplomatic immunity. This is International Waters podcast. I did watch an illegal stream of this.
What?
And I watched the Australian broadcast to air, and it had the promos for next week. It had the promos for what happened this week, and it was so dramatic. It's like blood red close up on Carolina's eyes, and it's like the betrayal, the shock. And I was just like,
You didn't deliver
any of that.
No. They're really, you know what they've done? You know how last week, Dunk, you were like, oh, they've actually matched people who, they've done quite a nice job. They've done too nice a job. That's the problem. There's not enough, I don't know. The drama's been normalised. I need more. Terrible, isn't it? But anyway, back to the commitment ceremony. Celine, done.
She's done.
Gone burgers.
Well, she revealed that Anthony was washing his hair in the sink, which was something that she didn't like. And I thought, that's interesting. Probably good water. You saving water?
Yeah. Which sink?
Why would it save water just because it's from...
It seems like less than a shower.
I don't think that's how it works.
No.
Is
it not?
I don't think so, because the water pressure's the same. If you open it up full, boom, it goes.
I think
goes.
You could probably turn the tap off.
You
right?
can probably turn the tap off.
You can.
That's often the way with taps.
You certainly can. But in the shower, you're less inclined to because you don't want to make yourself all cold. You know?
And also, I'm thinking he's doing the hair in the sink instead of having a shower, in which case he's not showering his body.
Oh, smelly body.
So smelly body, save the earth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we know he puts his feet up on the coffee table, and that's a deal breaker.
Shit canned.
The great unwashed. Anyway, they're gone. Cheerio.
Good band.
I was happy to see the end of them. Got a bit boring. So interesting one this week was Ella and Mitch in the commitment ceremony. It came out that she didn't feel good enough for him, which is wild.
Yes.
Crazy.
And he really showed some interesting colours.
Yeah.
His true ones, one might say.
He was pissed off.
He was, but I feel like I was sort of like, oh, Mitch, you're bad guy. But then when you saw like mum and dad, you're like, oh, you're just a complicated guy.
I definitely, I think there's a lot of people who hate Mitch with a passion now. And by the end of the dinner party, I'm like, I don't hate him anymore.
No, he's just a type.
I'm riding a roller coaster with Mitch.
I think he's lame. Also, issue a correction, Mitchell.
Sorry,
when things
Mitchell.
get serious, his name is Mitchell.
Yeah.
It's been Mitchell for the whole week. There's
Whoa,
no
it's a Mitchell
That's
week.
true, yeah.
It's Mitchell
It's
week.
a very kind of parental scold name. But
I think he's lashing out at the experiment
I think it
in
was
a way that you need to respect.
yeah.
the
Why are you there, mate?
You can't
Why
get
are
pissed
there?
off
Yeah,
that
yeah.
there are cameras filming you on a TV show.
I have a theory about that, which we'll get to once we talk about dinner party. But just quickly on the commitment ceremony, he cried when he found out that she felt she wasn't good enough. But then in the moment, immediately we discovered he cried because he was basically embarrassed about being painted as the bad guy. It wasn't at all about him feeling bad for Ella. It was about him feeling bad for him and having to disclose information in a vulnerable state to all those idiots on the couches.
All those bloody 18 other idiots.
so we're not talking about Mitch and Ella right now, though, are we?
No, not full scale. We just
we
commitment.
not?
We just commitment ceremony.
So okay,
Okay.
Every week.
okay, because I don't really know how to do that.
Let's
Because
just
I've got things to say, but I don't want to say
I've
them.
been talking beyond the commitment
Oh
ceremony.
my god. I don't know.
Every week we discuss the structure.
We do, and we came to something.
Couple by
It's
couple,
impossible.
and dinner party is its own thing.
Duncan,
Yeah.
you got to look at the people who've got their notes in front of them.
Hey, I'm
I've
good to
done
go.
my notes.
I keep it all in here.
This is feedback week.
but what I'm saying is like this is different to what we discussed. This is like
okay,
because we're doing
Mitch.
commitment
No,
ceremony.
you've zigged.
You have
Back.
zagged
No, what?
because it was
Because
supposed to
I
be
was the
couple
one
by
who zigged
couple plus
last
dinner
time,
party,
and I got in trouble.
Yeah.
not commitment ceremony, then couple by couple, then dinner party.
Yeah, no, that's what we did last week.
But then
Did
we
we?
decided to change it because that's what I suggested,
Oh,
and
fuck.
we got in
Yeah,
trouble.
last week.
and
I
then
know.
we settled on couple by
Look,
couple.
I've got a confession to make. Confession week. I don't really take notes about the commitment ceremony. I did something in
Yeah, well, I just don't think it's worth discussing. It's like an incredibly boring episode.
Oh,
What
okay.
happened?
All right, let's move on. One thing I want to say about the commitment ceremony in regards to Selena, she got absolutely pummeled by Mel. What did you
Well,
do to contribute?
absolutely.
That was so
That was
unfair.
weird.
It
That was mega
horrible.
weird.
It was really
Because
weird.
Selena was completely right about everything.
Correct, and there was this sort of wasn't the like implication. It was just straight up the text of the thing was there in any altercation there is a proportion of blame on both sides. That is just factually not a thing. Like that is hardcore victim blaming.
certainly-
It's just like that's weird.
Yeah, certainly not in this case. Anyway, okay, let's go couple by couple. We'll start with Sam and Al. And we're off to the theatre this week to meet the parents.
Oh my God.
And
Al
this-
should have prepped for this.
Well, hindsight, right? And if he had, he would have told the parents that in his spare time he looks up stocks.
Yeah, what else did he say? And having a baby with your daughter. Just cannot nail it.
But he's
It's quite
so
amazing.
sweet though.
I thought the tide had turned on video games. Like, I thought now these days, if you say you play video games, it's supposed to be quite cool and interesting.
I don't
Yeah, but
think
not
so-
to parents.
That's right.
They don't get it. Yeah. I mean, I'm planning on having a mansion with a pool because my son wants to be a dev. So he's very smart. He's figured out that if he tells me he wants to be a game developer, I'll let him play games. And I do. What he doesn't know is that I would do it anyway. Sam's knocking him into shape. That's fine. She's carrying the burden of bringing up this young man.
The thing is,
ready
like,
for the world.
effectively, it's like Sam always seems like happy in the relationship until someone
Yeah.
says something or points out what Elle's like, and then she has paroxysms of doubt and so on, because they actually do get on great. And to me, that stuff is all quite manageable. Like, I guess I go, when did have I ever had a 5-year plan? Have you guys had 5-year plans?
I've had 5-year plans before.
Right.
And none of them have worked out, so I stopped.
So having one isn't the same as achieving it. And have you had a 5-year plan?
I think if someone asked me in a theatre in that setting, I would panic and
You'd be right.
How old is Thingy?
16.
25.
Is he 25? Yeah, I mean, certainly at 25, I don't think that I was thinking too far
but
in
you'd
the future.
still kind of have an idea of like what would be the right thing to say-ish. Like if you were to just pull something out of your ass.
When you say you, who do you mean? Because you don't mean Al.
I just don't think it's that crazy to imagine a 25-year-old not having, like, he should still have been able to say in 5 years' time, rather than like go to Mykonos and do a shoey. Like, he should have been able to pull something bit together better than that. But I don't think, the fact that he's got a trade and he wants to get better at it and start his own shop, that should be enough. He's 25.
Honestly, he should have stayed a little bit after his laundry lesson and his dishwasher lesson with Sam and have her go through like a tutor and say, look, we know what's going to happen. We know we're going to the theatre.
There's some grown-up lessons, yeah.
I know my parents, and this is maybe the kind of things they might ask you.
Yeah.
And here is exactly what you should say.
Let's just focus on the fact that we both like to tan.
Both like to tan. Both like to
huge.
tan.
But I mean, because the thing is, we'll get to it, but like the extent to which Carolina is just like, he doesn't like to go to. How many times did she mention that?
I know, it's so good. I'm beginning to think that if you are really into something and it's really important to you, like they might really be into tanning. Like when they say that's something we've got in common,
I like to tan.
I have a friend who loves to tan, and she is living in the northern beaches of Sydney, and she wants to stay there because of the sunshine. She won't come back to
you build your life around
building
the
her
tan.
life around sunshine hours.
Maybe it does mean more than,
I think you're right that she's very suggestible. So when the experts come to her and say, hey, things are going well, you've got to give him time, he's really trying, she's like, okay, I take that on board, which is like, it's actually a very sweet kind of personality trait.
I actually love them as a couple. It's just when they're, and, who knows
but it does
whether
mean
they
it
make
gets thrown into chaos as soon as someone questions it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you'll find that Al doesn't have a glamorous 5-year plan. He didn't say he didn't have a 5-year plan. He didn't have a glamorous 5-year plan.
Well, Al, I just love him.
I love him too.
I love him too. I
got
don't-
a question for you both.
Oh, yeah.
Who's been her? Did you catch that?
No one knows.
No one knows. There's no possible
It's
way
a
of
phrase,
finding out.
and that's all it is. It denotes scale.
I think I went to school with him. Okay, Kate.
Schoolies.
Schoolies. Oh my God, Al at Schoolies. Shut up. That would be a nightmare.
God, he would have some damp shoes.
Imagine the dancing. Okay, Kate and Matt. We start off with them with Matt choking.
I loved it.
It's kind of like the choking that you do when you just you breathe in, you get a bit of a dry throat. But he is really going for it.
He was really on death's door.
It was like
and
a
she's just sitting
furball.
on the couch.
She's like,
please,
sweet
let
release.
this be it. Is there any way I can pretend that I'm not seeing or hearing this right now?
He was really dying, and she
really
was really profoundly unconcerned. In fact, as you say, was like rooting for death to win that foot race.
As part of their crash course, they did the infamous photo ranking challenge. And Matt puts Kate at number 1 with a bullet, of course. She's the sexiest woman he has ever laid eyes on, and he can't wait to get amongst.
Can't wait to lay hands on her.
Kate puts Matt a respectable 3rd. He is fucking stoked with it. I mean,
should be.
Loving it.
coming 1.5
generous.
has been a real problem amongst couples before, but he is happy with the bronze medal.
Well,
loving it.
She's a gorgeous crop on both sides this year. Like, it's real tough for the Matts of this world to,
I just love his I think it is toxic positivity.
It is exactly
in the
what it
truest
is.
sense. But I do like that he's like, her honesty that she's willing to say that she hates me means she must really like me.
I know. I said, in trying to bring him back to earth, she's made him like her more because he loves the honesty. Holy shit, there is not going to be any escaping this guy. He's the kind of guy that I feel like she'll be like, I'm going to leave, and he's going to be like, no, you don't. You know? No, you don't. I know where you live now.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
leave,
come
I
with
shall
you.
follow. Yes,
Yeah.
great
We should
idea.
live together.
We should go
It's time to
together.
start our
I
life.
remember this from The Notebook.
I also loved Matt's quote, and he's like loves his little one-liners, and she was making him tea and said sugar, and he was like, I'm already sweet enough, and then pause, and then actually, yeah, I'd like one sugar.
The thing is, she's made him tea before,
You
right?
can't have both of those.
It's amazing.
She knows that he takes sugar. She's just double checking. Do you want sugar in this one? So even when he delivers the line, she's like, I know that I have to give you a sugar. She's just waiting for it. It's just amazing. These two, I think I think they did her dirty with the edit up to this point, because she came across way more normie this week than she has done before.
I don't know if that's
Okay,
true.
maybe at the commitment ceremony. She was, I think they really play up all her funny little looks and things that she does.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But she definitely loathes him. There's enough,
She loathes
shots.
him. Oh, for sure she loathes him. And now it's gone past the point of no return, surely.
On the way to we can't get to the dinner party, but when they were in the car and she was just
yeah.
whispering, like
I
she
know.
just didn't even want to speak. I don't know if it was to not clock it on the mics or
That's what it felt like.
couldn't be
But
bothered.
yeah, the inaudible mum.
But then she did actually
whispering
say it in the
brackets.
end, and it wasn't anything dramatic or...
I'm looking forward to this or something. It's just like so weird.
Okay, we know that there's no sexual attraction yet, and boy, oh boy, Matt has never held on to 3 letters so much as he has held on to YET. Yet, it's coming. Okay, Olivia and Jackson, boring.
I wrote nothing.
Nothing. I've got very boring Meet the Parents, which sounds like a terrible movie, and I don't want to watch it. So let's move on. Danny and Jess, R.I.P. Jess just bolts.
Well,
She's
it's
out
not
of there.
really R.I.P. There's definitely some kind of reanimating of that corpse.
Okay, R.I.P.J. Rest in peace, Jess.
Jess, what a really.
Piece of work.
We have not talked about
piece of
her
work is good.
penchant for wigs.
Really?
Well,
Extensions.
I reckon full wig.
No.
Yes.
I think she could be full
Yeah.
CGI, to be honest.
Full wig. Because do you know what? When I first saw her, I was like, that's a wig
Okay,
at the wedding.
Andy Serkis.
Wow, that's the twist.
You know how I love my wig conspiracy theories a la Twilight?
Yes.
Very focused on the wig.
Yes, yes, yes.
I feel like I can smell a wig, and I smelt a wig. I'd love some confirmation. You can't put extensions in and out like that.
I think you
From
can
up
put
there, she
them.
had no, it's not.
No, but she has that Aaron Simpson layer. She just that short layer and then the long.
I reckon it's a full wig, mate. I'm going to do some research
Someone
after
knows.
this. Someone knows. Please does he think NASA knows?
Let's
Put it to
bring him in.
Bring him in.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today, Nessa.
Okay.
We've
Right.
had issues from day dot. Day dot.
Day
dot.
Day dot.
Day dot.
Ugh.
He well, oh no, I've got myself. I think I've started writing some Carolina stuff under there.
No, but let's talk about him under that other one.
Okay.
Can we talk about how many muscle man meals he stashed away after she left?
Oh my God. Do you think that was partnership content? Or do you think that's just the
It
discipline
felt-
required to look like
It
that?
felt a little
Because there
partnering.
was that, and there was some supermarket integration.
Oh, there was
Yeah.
DoorDash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that
be.
came quick.
Yeah.
Because you don't normally
To
see
save
that
my
in the
terrible
Australian
marriage.
one.
Okay, so Jess is gone. Danny very upset. Tells his mate, his new friend from the dinner party last week, Carolina, who comes a knocking because her relationship also not firing.
It's quite a meek chat, though, really.
It's kind of meek chat. I mean, this is what I'm saying, right? By MAFS standards, I'm just not all that shocked, and I just don't care. They're both newbies. I'm just not
stakes.
invested in
Yeah.
either of these people.
Remember Jess betraying
Yeah.
Nick?
That's
Like
a
Mick, the
totally
humble
different
farmer.
thing.
It
Like
was
we
just-
were so we
They
loved-
did sex on camera, basically.
Yeah, and also like there was Sam and Lizzie and
That's right.
and what's her face? What was her name?
Oh.
Oh, I can't remember.
That's just good
Inez.
audio.
It is.
Clip this
Inez.
for the Voyagers.
Inez.
I need to blow my nose. Sorry.
That might be a good time for us to take a quick break. Okay,
Okay.
we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
When you choose to invest, your money has power. Avoiding companies that finance weapons production or ignore climate change is important. But impact investing goes beyond just avoiding harmful behaviours. It's an opportunity to invest in companies that are actually improving the world. Invest in a better future with the Harbour Sustainable Impact Fund. Grow your wealth and make a positive impact on the world. This is not personalised advice. A disclaimer and the product disclosure statement for Harbour Investment Funds issued by Harbour Asset Management is available at harbourasset.co.nz.
At Z, we know that it's time to move from being a part of the climate change problem to the heart of its solution. And as a New Zealand company providing fuel to people in all parts of the country, we also know that we have a real chance to lead that change. We're committed to providing the right energy for everyone and keeping our customers moving. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. You can find out more about what we're doing in the Z app, and you can save money at the pump at the same time. Download the Z app for free and make your journey with Z quicker and easier.
How's your nose? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you.
Nothing we should be worried about?
No, I don't think so. Got a rat at home.
No good to us there, is it?
No, saving it.
Rationing your rats. Where were we? I can't remember.
One of the
Danny, Jess is gone. We were talking about her wig. We're going to figure that out. We'll get to the bottom of that.
It's not a wig.
We'll get to the bottom of her wig. 100% a wig.
Better.
Okay. They, Danny and Carolina have a chat. They bond over going to the gym 5 times a week. You could join their club, couldn't you? You go to the gym a lot, don't you? I'm talking to Stanko, by the way.
Not our fan.
Okay.
What's your stance on EDM?
I love it.
More
Underrated.
than 80s music?
Electronic
No.
direct marketing? Is that what we're talking about here?
No, I like them both equally. So I am a bit of a hybrid of Daniel and Dion in a lot of ways.
Actually not untrue.
That's crazy. And dunk, like D, all Ds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen you all in the same room. That's all I'm saying. You know,
I'd actually
Interesting.
love to hang out with Dion. I'm kind of obsessed with him.
He is so great. He's such a sweetheart.
I want to learn from him
Okay.
how to be.
As Danny leaves the experiment, first of all, he was so disturbed to discover that Dion doesn't go to the gym. He was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like hearing that he doesn't drink water.
Yeah.
It's completely unfathomable
I
fact.
can't believe it's such a big.
I dived
Thing.
into my cushions at home, terrified that he might see me from across the Tasman and like strike me dead.
She don't go to the gym neither. Imagine how shocking it would be to walk around like New Zealand. I assume Bondi is just everyone is chiseled.
Yeah. But he's a personal trainer. He must encounter the odd person that has not gone to the gym before.
No.
Who needs his help.
Yeah, but they're in the gym when
But
they're
then-
there.
Yeah,
so
they've
they've
made
already,
the first
They're
step.
under-
they're over the
Yeah.
threshold, you know? He puts that lovely artwork that he did with Jess in the bin where it belongs. It was
Yeah,
terrible.
Real Pod Museum.
I know, but also I was like, actually, I don't think it makes it.
It's not
Too
they're not-
big
It's
and
cursed.
too tawdry and just not enough.
They're not invested in them.
I'll
you
take
know?
anything.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, but that's
it up
different.
in my
That's
house.
like the Alex Casey house.
This is a museum, okay? Danny leaves the experiment on his way out, lets Carolina know that he's going to be hanging around Sydney for a few days just because.
Okay, so he has a personality flip from this kind of little boy lost to suddenly like quite an aggressive suitor, which feels, you know, it feels like it feels too large to be plausible. Like it's like which one was the real one? I mean, I think it has to be the second part. Like it just makes it feel like there was something of an act. Like he was good at being one thing in front of the cameras and that wasn't the whole of his personality.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably accurate for everyone, but I do think that when you say he's an aggressive suitor, you did watch the season with Inez, right? Like telling her, oh, by the way, I'm going to be around Sydney for a few days is not an aggressive suitor.
Well, no, but like he was flirting very like aggressive, and like you saw at the end, they'd left, they'd barely sipped the wine. Like, because it was one, you know, if you
So
looked
you're
at
saying sober as anything?
they barely touched it. They just shot a scene. And in that scene, he was just all lines. Like, I think we saw the whole of that interaction.
Remember, though, as well, he's about to lose out on his TV time. Like,
And
how
he got
stink.
the porcelain teeth for it.
Yeah, how stink to have to leave after a week. Plus, she's got 65,000 Instagram followers. Hit your wagon to that, you know?
Yeah.
He could be
She can't go out in public.
personal trainer MAFS AU.
True.
You know, that could be his new
She's got
handle.
the
and
entrepreneurialism. Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah, but-
content up the yin yang, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm really thrown because I weirdly had a flashback to Gonzo and the gift. Do you remember the gift last year?
What was the gift?
How he had bought a gift for the girl.
The gift.
The girl on the outside.
The girl on the outside. Oh, I miss those days.
Yeah.
That reveal of the friends talking off camera.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Let's be honest, the top 10 moments from last season, we have yet to have a moment that would challenge for one of those spots.
Absolutely. Okay, anyway.
Should we do we're doing Carolina and Dion?
Carolina and Dion. They do the photo challenge. Dion puts Carolina first. She accuses him of lying about it in a bid to pretend to be the nice guy. Now, this is her laying some groundwork because she knows she's going to do the dirty, right? She knows he's a lovely guy, but she's trying to convince herself and then everyone else.
And goad him into just doing something. Like when she does that, you're empty, you're nothing or something on the way out.
So when he's like, at least I have a heart.
A lion.
So
a lion
Heart of a lion.
She's right though.
she really sticks the knife in when she makes sure he knows if the photo ranking was based on personality, he still wouldn't be anywhere near the top.
So brutal.
It's just cruel.
Yeah.
Cruel.
He did bring 16 pairs of shoes.
He did.
Just got to note that.
And how many pairs of 6 pairs of sunglasses, 16 pairs of shoes?
Oh, I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
that was I think last week.
I don't understand. Like, it's a weird thing to be, and I don't know. It's just all quite horrible the way she runs a business that is about like that specific end of couture fashion, and he is obsessed with it. And she's like, we've got nothing in common. It's like,
It's crazy.
mate. You got a little bit of, like, you literally you're obsessed with the same stuff, and you'll just never mention that.
No, because breakfast.
You could rent his wardrobe for as much as your entire inventory.
But breakfast.
But that's true about breakfast.
Not even on a Sunday.
Not even on the Lord's Day.
It was real funny when she's got Chanel hanging off her ears and he's got Gucci emblazed.
They have nothing in common.
And she's got the Gucci shoes.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Something they do have in common, if not even for the high-end fashion, they're both on this fucking show. They both married a stranger on a show. Like, immediately, that's something that you're both in that you should be able to connect over, if nothing else. Then you can talk about handbags. And maybe, I don't think he'd take a lot of convincing to have an up and go in the morning. You know? You just work on these things.
Yeah. She could come round to pasta.
She should come round to pasta. No.
I didn't love the look of it.
I thought the pasta looked yum.
Tuna pasta?
Yum. Tuna? No.
It had tuna in it.
No.
I think it did. I think it was.
Not in the
I think it was pasta
evening
alla
time.
Dion.
Oh.
Because he got that
Isn't that
supermarket delivery. Well, it was something in a tin, and so that's got to be something not great.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
man,
sorry.
I'm having a bit of a... Matt, was it Matt?
I'm sorry, highfalutin crowd. What's wrong with a bit of tuna and pasta?
Oh, I just can't stand the smell of canned
That's
tuna.
balcony food.
Yeah, that really is. That's more private than me.
The thing is with those balconies, they're quite closed in, so I don't feel like I feel like a lot of waft would still come back in if you didn't close the door.
Huge amount of waft. And weft? What is weft?
What is weft?
Weft. It's something to do with wigs, isn't it?
Or is it lettered? Can you look it up?
Weft.
I think it's to do with like topography.
What weft means? A filling thread or yarn and weaving.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yarn used for the weft.
It's just a great looking word, weft.
Yeah, because they do reference wigs as single weft or double weft, so all comes back.
I do know a lot about wigs. Are you wearing a wig?
I just suddenly looked and was like,
That frizz. If I'm wearing a wig, I want a refund. Confession week, feedback week, not showered.
oh, that's all right.
I'm the great and
You
wild.
actually don't smell bad.
Tell you what, because we're working from home at the moment. I know this is sort of tearing off into our other podcast territory, but I don't know how I ever managed to get myself ready and out the door to work and get the kids to school all in one morning because I just can't manage it at the moment. We've only been out of the office for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And already I'm straight back into the dead zone of lockdown 2021 of like, I no longer shower.
No, Anthony.
My feet are on the coffee table. All right, what else happened? Dion gets a haircut and Carolina goes to the gym. Who happens to be there? Oh, Danny.
Oh, camera crew waiting.
Camera crew.
Was that a good gym session?
I think they did 2 exercises because they just panned back and forth to them.
Yeah.
And when he says good session, like I feel like he's saying it sarcastically.
And then doesn't he say something really gross and creepy?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. What was it?
I don't know.
When they're leaving, I think it was something like,
He's like, see your future wife.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That is strong Matt energy, by the way.
Yeah.
Strong Matt energy. Thank you,
But
T.I. here.
Thank you, Ty here. But that's what I mean. It's like the Daniel that we saw with Elle was just like that's not the
No, with Jess.
Jess, yeah, like I said.
I have something really
wrong.
weird written in my notes. So he did some strawberries and cheese and crackers and a lovely handwritten letter to her. I've written down, super funny walk from the door to the table. Was that something?
I don't remember that.
I didn't take down his see your future wife, but I wrote down about...
This is Dion.
I don't know who
Dion did the cheese
Dion
board.
did the future
Super
wife.
funny. I know, yeah.
No,
Daniel
Daniel
did
did
the
the
wife.
wife.
This is bad. Clip this for the Voyagers.
Okay. He got the same flowers from the wedding venue, made her the pasta that
It
you
was
know.
He moved heaven and
nice. He
earth.
did. In the context of people who are not allowed to leave their apartment ever.
I'm not saying it wasn't lovely. I'm just rattling through
Yeah,
for
I know, I
time.
know.
Yeah,
Am I
I
not giving
wasn't
him the-
accusing you. I was just saying,
love
like, Dion.
I know.
Little
but
Dion
I
man.
spent 3 hours on that letter, which was not that good.
it wasn't.
But he put his heart and soul into it.
I paused and read the whole thing, by the
The
way.
writing was funny as
Couple
well.
It was-
of little typos.
Yeah.
Some notes.
He did miss some words altogether.
Yeah.
It was almost like bullet points, but in long form, and then just
The
absolutely
thing
jumped
about
from
Dion is when he
straight up
stands
to
on his
italics.
wallet, he's 10 foot tall.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And also he tried.
Also, lovers look like I love his face and his hair. Like
Yeah.
he looks like he's in the background of every scene of The Godfather Part 1 and 2. It's just such an awesome his face.
He's comfortable in himself in a cool way.
Supremely,
You know?
yeah.
I liked even when they talked about, they had one nice moment where they danced together or something, and he was like, Carolina let her hair down. My hair didn't move. Love him.
So good.
Jack and Domenica, not much to say pre-dinner party.
Oh,
the
the
dogs. I had a
dogs.
beautiful cry. It was
I
Oh my
cried.
god!
Did you cry?
That was one of the most emotional television scenes that I've ever seen.
It was incredible.
It took him. It was that moment where he didn't. Like, it took him a second to realise what was going on.
And then he was just gone.
He was
He was just
gone.
wiped.
yeah. But I think the fact they both have dogs.
I
It was
know.
very
Ugh.
beautiful.
I know.
I feel good about them.
Yeah.
Still. you know?
Yeah.
Mum and Dad were just a bit concerned about the period sex. The period sex, Domenica.
I don't want Nona to hear that.
Nona to hear it.
Oh.
Now Dad knows the real Domenica after watching her in the commitment ceremonies.
I don't feel like we made enough of the period sex. It's
No.
just such an iconically cool thing for her to do.
I think we talked about it a bit.
But I think
We did.
we should it should have been
Like
like
a breakout episode.
yeah, it's amazing. It's
It
a
was,
moment.
it was taboo busting.
was-
And I did like how Dad was like, that's my girl.
Yeah. Cracking dad.
Cracking Dad.
Well,
Kinda
she's
weird,
she is presumably the way she is because of your parents, you know. She's,
Italian.
yeah.
What about Domenica and Dion?
No,
Oh. But they could be friends? They
Oh.
could, like, you know?
absolutely.
Yeah. There is something about this group and the way that it's been shot and how, like, they just never see anyone, they never hang out, they never go out, that there's some sense that, like, I think we've just sort of forgotten how different this is to prior seasons. And there's some sort of thing where you're like, are they alone in this apartment building? Has the entire rest of humanity died? And do they have to sort of repopulate it and be friends with each other because of the aforementioned reality? You know, like there's some kind of weird post-apocalyptic vibe. Like, 'cause even when they go to a bar for a beer, there's just no one
Yeah,
around
right.
ever.
Oh.
Something to think
I mean,
about.
that is a good TV show, by the way. The Chosen Few or something, you know?
Mm.
Copyright spin-off 2022.
Well,
Man, we've got a lot of projects
do you
on.
have to really kill
Got
everyone
a lot
else?
in pre-production at
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah, of course you do.
So you shoot it
Like
your
Survivor.
cast and crew.
AI.
Your cast and crew.
Yeah.
You know? You roster on who's on the camera. Get Jordan Major in,
Yeah.
director's assistant. Right. Ella and Mitch. Mitch's still seething the next day. He wants to go home after the commitment ceremony. He doesn't want to embrace the experiment. Why did he apply for the experiment? It's not like you can't watch it and see what goes down, you know? Plenty of footage on the internet.
Why are you guys filming me? Stop following me.
He's reached a breaking point of sorts. Unfortunately, Ella's caught in the crossfire, and he says he's going to give it 48 hours. And then it was a weird ultimatum.
Yeah, very weird.
And the weirdest move was in his time of need to go and talk to Cody. Of all the people you could talk to in this experiment. And Cody had his sunglasses on backwards on the back of his neck. Did you notice that?
No.
As if that guy couldn't have any more red flags.
It all kind of came out. I feel like we got to know more about Mitch at the dinner party. There wasn't much before that.
Well, with the parents, I feel like you got little clues there. I basically think that it sort of explains why someone so unutterably handsome might have this kind of difficult relationship with friendships and have struggle. Like he might have on one, like at once demand far too much, have way too high expectations of a partner, which sort of seems to be kind of a thread that was referred to by his parents, but also have like just a fundamental difficulty bridging the gap between himself and his kind of very human neuroses and kind of connecting in a stable way with other people. Like I get that he was like obviously an arsehole in various situations, but I thought that they did quite a good job of showing him to be this kind of multifaceted, complex figure.
Yeah, because remember, Ella went to see Tamara and Domenica ahead of the dinner party, basically to say, look, please don't go at him. He's in a bit of a fragile state, and I feel like anything from
Domenica
either of
was
you
like-
two.
Meanwhile, they're like massaging each other's shoulders, like, who's going to go in? Who's going to do it?
I thought it was a bit unfair to say that Tamara was one of the biggest, like, now she's actually, shrunk since her kind of crazy entrance to the thing, but Domenica was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Every week,
Let's go.
she's got a list of names, and she's like, right, who am I taking to task this
Who
week?
shits me this week?
Oh, I love it.
But Selena and Cody, they had they had a good week. Nothing. I didn't even bold their names on my doc. There's literally nothing underneath them.
It was a weird aside that she's like, we both love gaming. We both love the
I want to know
outdoors.
more
I don't-
about that.
Yeah. Where's that?
Ah.
Where is anything that they have in common? I guess you can't maybe show it. It's gaming.
Okay.
Gaming.
Yeah.
Copyright.
And he shaved his abs.
Oh yeah.
That should have been a bigger thing.
It was very effective, I have to say. 'cause
I was like, whoa.
I was kind of like zoning out, and then I looked up and saw, and I didn't know what was going on, so I just at first glance was like, whoa, abs, I
Right.
fell for it.
Yeah.
I was
How's
duped.
your eyesight?
Fine, where are you?
It's just a lot of hair removal happening in that relationship.
There is so much here.
It's their love language.
Yeah.
Brent and Tamara. That was there's just a lot of swearing going on, and the parents weren't happy about swearing that's happening on the show. It's like two lots of parents were complaining about the vulgar language that was used in the commitment ceremony, but particularly with Tamara using the C word.
It just felt a little bit sort of old school paternalistic. What women are required to be held to a different standard to blokes kind of thing, which Brent is very much, he has that thread.
Just quickly on Selena and Cody going to meet the parents to the theatre. When the stepdad stepped in,
Oh my God.
as a stepdad does,
Yeah.
and he starts to defend Cody, I was nearly going to punch the television. He managed to save it just at the end by saying, Cody, a woman won't put up with that. But he began by being like,
But how lovely was it when Cody said for the first time ever,
yes.
you've been this real good dad-like figure, or whatever the hell he said.
It's only been 12, 13 years or something, right? So, I mean, that's just
I
how
feel like
Selena has
every step-parent must have seen that and just felt it very intensely. Like,
Now we know how to
gosh.
crack Cody. Put Selena on a movie screen.
In 13
Put him
years'
by
time.
himself in 13 years' time in a cinema.
I made up that 13 number, though. I have no idea.
I was
no
15,
idea.
but
That's close enough. Okay, dinner party. Dress code, white pants. Did it not?
Skin tight.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa. Because they started off with Jack in his white pants, and then they went to Mitch, and I was like, oh, weird. Mitch is wearing white pants too. Lol, two guys in white pants at the party. And then Dion also it was like a one-by-one reveal. Matt missed the mark, just had a pebble colour pant on.
do you think, because and they were also cutting off the bottoms of them, and is there, I'm pretty sure that was what is it Jackson was? He had like some quite
Cutting
high,
his pants.
quite the bottom of them, like
They're cuffing them, you
rough
mean?
hems,
Oh, right.
and lot of ankle on show.
Yeah.
Jackson loves to
Yeah,
get him out.
he does. I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
Get the
So-
eggs out.
Yeah.
But I guess, is it possible that like out there in the world, fashion's changed, and we're in New Zealand, we don't really know what's going on, especially particularly in Real Pod Room.
Excuse me.
And there's some shit that's gone on over there, and then we're just like, whoa, that's odd, but it's not odd. We're odd because we haven't yet all got white pants.
It's a MAFS thing.
I know it's probably an Australia thing. It might be a MAFS thing.
There's a MAFS lookbook.
I think as well. What stunned me more was not that a man was wearing white pants. It was that there were so many of them. You know, as if it were the new jean.
Yeah.
Like the default blue jean is now a white pant. That's terrifying.
Can we talk about how Al gets across the table?
Yes, we can. Yes, we didn't touch on this before, but we were privy to the fact there was going to be some sort of a dance. What I want to know is, this was a choreographed thing, right? Like, it seems to be very unchoreographed in delivery.
And the way that he set it up, and he had this new voice, and it was wow.
And he had a pair of, what was that touchdown? His
extra gruts.
Extra gruts that have
All
been
night
tucked down
long.
there all night.
all night
But
long.
had they cleared the table for him to do that?
Yeah,
sort
he
of
did. He I
plank
think he
in
cleared it.
motion.
And I actually loved how Sam was like stoked on it. But then I was worried, like she obviously got excited in the moment, and then she had the shame. We've all been there.
Yeah, I think as well, though, she's probably just pleased that because she was supposed to be part of that routine. That's what I was watching that going, where would Sam have, how did this even, how did
just
she,
amazing.
like, how did
he
this
practice
happen?
it?
Monster
How
school
often?
Of course he
energy.
practiced it
The
because they
table
had,
I think that must be
Oh.
like a bit, like I feel like that's another version of the shoey.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
tension. He likes to break the tension. He considers himself a sort of a circuit breaker in walking form. He is amazing. Why did Dion bring his letter to the party?
I read it. It's so long. Like,
3 hours.
One thing I don't appreciate here, and I think this definitely we know that the experts know what's gone on during the week, because when you think about when Celine came in and bagged out her husband, Anthony, and when Andrew came in and bagged out Holly, the experts really took them to task over the fact that they were bad-mouthing their partners before their partners arrived. When Dion did it, they're like, oh, Dion.
Oh, Dion.
Because they know that he's a good guy and they know what's gone on during the week, clearly.
sweetie boy.
Sweetie boy.
I thought you said sweaty boy. It's like, what do you know that I don't know? This is where we find out Carolina is an influencer and that she did not want to go to Bondi.
Well, yay.
She never said that she didn't want to be seen with him.
But that must have been an off-mic situation, which she's very comfortable doing, obviously, as we've seen through the surreptitious camera.
I don't know. It was a bit of a tank of a dinner party, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was a really big tease out that Carolina was going to confess about
I
Daniel.
know.
To the point that even like they had it in the promos and then in the lead into the break, they cut to her looking like she was about to, and then she just came back and was like, didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Look, that was, I feel like we have the right to sue them for like sort of false advertising on that one.
It was a real dick move.
And then they did a similar thing where they implied that Domenica was going to sort of take Mitch to task and then nothing, which I was actually pleased with because I want that to sort of persist.
Oh, and I think what happened there is that Domenica heard Mitch's reasoning and actually it kind of, we got to know. I feel like here's the thing, Mitch is an introvert. When he first came on the show and he was like, I don't go to festies, but now we find out he's never been to a concert.
Yeah, never been to a concert.
He just hates going out. It's like he's a proper introvert.
But we were so
Should not be on
wrong-footed
telly.
by the fact that he did like nude handstand push-ups.
Yeah, but that was in a safe space. He's not like he's not
The one-on-one.
he's
Is there any
he's a
safe
one-
space to do nude handstand push-ups on camera?
I disagree. I loved it.
I mean, we all loved it.
Well, then it's a safe space, okay?
All right.
I just don't think he does well with crowds and people getting the. I don't know, but I don't know what he was expecting
Yeah.
by coming into this experiment. Anyway,
That's why I think he's lashing out because he wants out, but he seemed fine with it up until this point.
but mate, I mean, I guess there's kind of what you think. I don't know. It's always like quite jarring when you see reality TV being shot. So say if you watch The Bachelor or something, and you see them on a field kissing and you're caught in the moment, but then you see like a photo of the setup and you realise, oh, that camera is like 2 feet from your face as you're kissing someone. There's what you see on the telly. You kind of have that knowledge that there's people in the room and that, but the reality of it might be quite different. I'm sure it is.
I actually loved all the way that Mitch is struggling with that.
Yeah,
and the fact
me
that
too.
I mean, it must have happened on prior seasons, almost stands to reason, but they've just deliberately kept it out. And this year, again, there's increasing comfort showing the making of the sauce.
I think it's really genuine as well. Like, I don't think he's playing a bit.
Not at all.
I think it's quite. So I do kind of feel for him, but I just wish he would consider how it makes Ella feel in it.
I like Ella.
I like Ella
Ella's a
too.
very nice lady.
What about Matt and Kate's 1 week anniversary?
Oh,
the Victor and Ralph?
I thought it was the 2
Oh, look,
weeks.
she has got the biggest.
Oh, is it 2 weeks?
She's just got the ick so much.
One of the worst cases, like, she should be in hospital. Like, I think she's hanging by a thread.
That's something that is a nice. There's no nice thing that he could do that couldn't be creepy now. You know. So even though the experts can say, oh, he's being, it's like yes, but. You know, perfume from a stalker is very different than perfume from someone that you quite like, you know? Or someone you ever want to see again, even.
There was quite a good neg from Selena where she's like, what perfume did you get? And she was like, Victor and Ralph Flower Bomb. She's like, oh, yeah, that used to be my favourite.
It does have a very mid-2000s
It does,
vibe.
yeah. It was like, I had that when I was 17.
Honestly, I think that Matt could walk up to Kate with Dion's wallet and she would not be swayed.
100%.
True.
Yeah. Even
Actually,
standing
what
on
about Kate Dion?
it. Yeah. I want more for Dion than Kate.
Yeah, she's got a good face though. I mean, her expressions are amazing.
They
When she's
are
like,
amazing,
she's like, you know, normally I'm a funny person. I laugh. I have fun. I'm like,
I don't know.
where are the tapes?
This is the extent of the ick.
Was that you and your twin watching reality TV in silence? Was that fun? Where's the fun?
Look, fun is all relative, right? It's, you know, fun to one person. One person's fun is sliding across a table at a dinner party. Another person's fun is...
Objectively fun.
That is extremely fun.
Okay, well, should we wrap things up? Is there anything else to
I
add?
think so.
I'm just about to slide across the podcast table.
Okay, Duncan's out of here. Thank you very much for listening. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Duncan. Thanks, T.I. here. Thank you to Matt, really, for delivering some goods this week and what was otherwise quite a boring week. And hopefully they bring it back next week. We got the mid-season lull. Well, it'll be fine. It'll come back, won't it? Won't it? Will
I
it?
believe we're only halfway.
Oh, it better come back. Like, we've got very little. We
There's
need.
supposed to be a big twist coming.
Yeah, but
we
I
know
wonder
that.
if, like,
Is
okay,
it fakey?
I feel like you could go into a MAFS Reddit and as production and just kind of do some bullshit long lead, biggest scandal ever stuff, and that would just get it out there enough to keep us hooked. I'm second guessing everything now.
Yeah, like a good Married at First Sight contestant.
Yeah, I'm matching it.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Start your day with The Bulletin, a newsletter from The Spin-Off summarising New Zealand's biggest breaking stories and highlighting the best reporting from around the country. Sign up for free today at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.